Hello young artists, it's Mr. Scholten here. Today we are going to draw this awesome neon turtle. Here's what you're going to need: a paper, a pencil, eraser, a permanent marker, and something to color with. I use highlighters. Grab what you need, let's get started. Get started, I'm going to find the halfway point on my paper. I'm going to make my turtle shell, and it's just going to be slightly larger than half my paper. Go ahead and draw a rainbow shape. Now to draw the bottom of my shell, I'm going to connect the two ends of the rainbow with a curved line. Then I'm going to draw another curved line that matches the curved line I've already drawn. Two parallel curving lines. Next, I'm going to draw the head. I'm going to draw an upside down U shape coming from my turtle shell. Remember to draw lightly so it's easy to erase. At the bottom of my U, I'm going to draw a smile. Now to make an open mouth smile, I'm going to draw a letter J that matches at the top of my smile, just like this. Then I'm going to draw a curved line for my turtle's chin, and another curved line, a much bigger curved line, for the turtle's jaw. To draw the neck, I'm just going to draw a curved line that once again matches up with the turtle shell. Next, I'm going to draw the eye. I'm going to draw a really big circle. It should almost fill the entire turtle's face. We want a nice big eye for our turtle. Above our turtle's eye, I'm going to draw another rainbow shape. It's kind of like the turtle's eyelid here, or eyebrows maybe. Inside the turtle's eye, I'm going to draw another circle. This is going to be our iris. Remember, if you're drawing an eye, you have the white part of an eye, you have the colored part of your eye, and then you have the black part of your eye. This third circle is going to be the dark or the black part of your eye called the pupil. Inside that smaller circle, I'm going to draw two ovals as highlights. Next, I'm going to draw another curved line that's coming from my eyebrow. That's going to be the eyebrow on the other side of his head. Let's move on to the feet. I'm going to draw a curved line coming from the front of the shell and a curved line coming from the back of the shell. Then I'm going to draw two smiles at the bottom of those curved lines. These curved lines make our feet look three-dimensional. Then I'm going to draw the back of my turtle's leg coming from the back of that smile, and the front of my turtle's back leg coming from the other end of that smile. I can add some turtle toenails. They look amazing. I wonder what color we're going to make them. Maybe your turtle has red toenails. Just got back from a pedicure. Next, I'm going to draw the very bottom of the turtle shell. I'm going to start from where the neck is and then end on the back of the turtle shell here. And then, of course, coming from the very end of the turtle shell, we need to add just a little tiny turtle tail. We're going to draw a few more lines here now to make it look like the other two legs on this turtle are overlapping with the first two legs that we made. We just need to draw a curved line and then maybe a hint of another toenail over on the other side. And then, of course, we're just going to add some texture to the bottom of our turtle shell here, just drawing a few curved lines, and not all of them go all the way across. That's okay. Next, think about the kind of pattern that you're going to want on your turtle shell. If you want to follow that hexagon pattern like I have, go ahead and follow these steps. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a straight vertical line down the middle of my shell. Then I'm going to draw a straight horizontal line going across my shell. If you want to keep it simple, you can just continue to draw vertical lines going down, horizontal lines going across like a checkerboard. That's really simple. If you want to challenge yourself and make it a little bit harder, you can start by adding curves to your line. So the line that's closest to your horizontal line is just going to be slightly curved. And then the next line is going to curve just a little bit more. This is going to give your turtle shell the effect that it is actually round and that the pattern is going around your turtle shell. We're going to repeat that going down vertically as well, creating that curved line that gets more and more curved as it moves away from our original straight line. Now, we're going to use this grid to help us create a hexagon. Go ahead and find any square, and in that square, you are going to draw a diagonal line. In the square below it, draw a diagonal line going in the opposite direction. Now, the next two squares, you're just going to follow the edge of the squares. And then in squares 5 and 6, you're just going to draw those diagonal lines over again, so you have that hexagon shape. You can erase the grid inside of it, and then move on to this group of squares below it. Draw your diagonal lines on either side and erase the center. Next, we're going to repeat that all over again above our original hexagon. We're going to use those 6 squares to create our hexagon shape using the 2 diagonal lines on the end, the 2 straight lines in the middle, and then the 2 diagonal lines on the other side. You might notice that your hexagons are getting a little distorted. That's okay. Now, we're going to use the diagonal lines we've already drawn on our original hexagons to create a new set of hexagons. So you can see here I've already have my diagonal lines, and so I'm going to use the diagonal lines on the other side, draw the top and the bottom, and erase the center. And I can do this exact same thing in that space below. I'm going to draw my 2 diagonal lines, use that top and bottom line in the center too, and erase the middle. We're just going to continue on with that pattern until your entire turtle shell has been completely filled in with these hexagon shapes. Remember, if this pattern's not working for you, that's totally fine. Your turtle shell can have whatever pattern you want on it. If you want hearts or polka dots or lightning bolts, all those things work too, because this is your turtle and it's coming from your imagination. Feel free to create your turtle shell pattern however you want. Voila, it's done. Now it's time to trace. All right, now I'm going to add some color to my turtle shell, and I'm going to do this in rainbow order. I can't even stand to have my markers not in rainbow order. So I'm going to use highlighter so it's a nice bright color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create almost like a rainbow gradients in each section of my hexagon pattern so that it's just kind of this repeated rainbow pattern. So I'm going to start with my pink, and I'm just going to color over on the left-hand side of each of my hexagons using my pink highlighter. Again, you are free to color your turtle however you want. If you want to use more realistic colors on your turtle shell, you can research what different colors are used in turtle shells and different patterns that are used within turtle shells to make your turtle a little more realistic. But remember, it's coming from your imagination, so you can choose whatever color you want. Now I'm going to move to the other end of the hexagon. I'm going to work from the ends and move my way in towards the center of the hexagon. So I'm going to grab my purple. I'm going to start on the opposite end of these hexagons over on the right side and just add the purple over on the opposite end of the hexagon. Next, I'm going to go ahead and grab my orange highlighter, and I'm going to start working over on the left side again. And as I color with my orange highlighter, I'm just going to overlap where I colored with the pink just a little bit, so those colors blend together just a little bit. Because the colors are still wet, they're going to smear a little bit, and that's going to be really great. It's going to kind of create that gradients that we want in our colors. Now I'm going to move over to my blue and continue on the opposite side again, and continue doing that with all of my colors until I've added my yellow, and green. Now it's time for you to finish coloring your turtle. Once again, you can color your turtle however you want. I'm going to go ahead and use that neon green. It's just going to create a bit of unity between our neon turtle shell and the rest of our turtle. Again, while your markers are still wet, you can use them in some really fun and interesting ways. I'm adding some shadow here onto my turtle shell and on my turtle. And because that marker is still wet, I can blend those colors together. Finally, I'm going to add a highlight on my turtle shell using paint marker, a white paint marker. And if you've never used paint markers before, I highly suggest it. It's so much fun, especially adding things like highlights and extra details. They're great for outlining paintings. You can see here just how much depth is added to that turtle shell just by adding those highlights over on the opposite end of my shadow. All right, young artists, I hope you had a ton of fun drawing these turtles with me here today. I hope your turtles are as fun and creative and colorful as the one you see here. For more art ideas, tips, and tricks, follow me on Instagram. I'll add my username down in the description below. Have a great day.